Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. Got a great video planned out for you guys today because there is a lot of excitement. And when I look at the gold price, I'll be honest, I always say I am pro silver over gold. However, lately the excitement surrounding gold is getting to be incredible. People that were naysayers that I've actually personally know are now leaning in a little bit into wanting to get into gold. Now, I find that funny because it doesn't take long before those people will move into silver instead once they see the prices. The reason this is funny is I actually received a call yesterday, and essentially the person said, "Hey, I got a question for you. You remember that little gold coin that you had for like $225 or something that you had offered if I wanted it?" I said, "Yes." And he goes, and that was, for you guys that don't know, that was a 1/10 ounce American Eagle. He goes, "Do you still have that coin? Is it like for 220 or whatever it was, 2.25?" I said, "No." He goes, I go, "What makes you ask that?" He goes, "Well, I saw gold was moving up, and I kind of wanted to maybe buy that coin off you if you still wanted to let it go." And I said, "I was only offering you that coin because I had just bought it. I bought it for 2.25, and essentially I wanted to get you into, having a little something, because we know, I know where gold's going. My personal opinion, my gut feeling, we're going to see $4,000 gold by the end of this year." And he goes, "You think it will go that high?" I said, "Yes." And he's like, "I wish I had listened to you. If I want to buy it now, can I find one?" I said, "I mean, you can. They're still out there, but they're not going to be anywhere near $225 anymore. I mean, just the spot price on that coin now is $330. That's the melt price. You're not even going to get it for that. You're going to pay probably $30 to $50 over if you want that coin." And more people don't want to sell them now. Why? Because essentially they realize that the price is going to go up. We did a video a little while back, and I'm going to show you these numbers here in just a minute. Before we get into this video too much, let me take a quick minute and ask you guys to take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button for me, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I always like to give a special shout out to all of my members. I can't thank y'all enough. It is only $1.99 to become a member, and a lot of cool perks come with that, including a chance to win an ounce of silver every month. So it's pretty cool. If you want to try it out, you can cancel at any time. You just hit that join button below, and for $1.99, my opinion, you can't go wrong. With that being said, jumping over real quick, I don't want to get too much into that story just yet, because what I want people to really focus on, not just that more and more people are waking up to it, but what's happening and why are they waking up to it. So right now, silver trading at $32.62, and gold, dun, 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 dun. Are we there? Are we there? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? You guys are going to hear that probably the whole video, because I am hoping that we are going to break that $3,300 level, because $3,299.62 just ain't there yet. But we are going to probably be there before this video is done filming. Gold already up almost 2% in overnight trading. $62. And what's super interesting in this, that I got to go back a little ways to really show you guys this, is we did a video on this too. When gold first hit $2,000, it hit $2,000 in approximately October of 2020. It took us over 3 years to go from 2,000 to 2,100 to actually jump into the next, where is it? Right around, because it didn't quite make it here. I'd rather use this one. I like this line better. So it took us essentially 3 years for us to go from 2,000 to 2,001. Where is it? Oh, right there. There we go. 2,100. if I can even find it, get right on it. So we took us like 3 years. However, what's really exciting right now is we hit gold, $3,000 gold on, where are we? Not too long ago. Literally $3,000 gold. Give me a second to get right on it. And this is kind of, sometimes it's off by a day. So we hit it in roughly March 17th, I'm going to say. By the time we went from $3,000 to $3,100, it did not even take us a full month to get to 3,100 from 3,000. Now, what was even funnier is to get to 3,200, it took us less than 2 weeks. And now, as we zoom in, the 1 month chart, when we hit $3,200 on the 10th of April, it hasn't even been a full week yet, and we're already pretty much at $3,300. Now, what this tells people is we've got the price of gold really starting to escalate. Now, some people have this belief that just because gold goes up doesn't mean silver has to go up. But there's a whole group of people that actually follow the gold-silver ratio. The price per gold and the price per silver based on the amount of ounces, too, that comes out of the ground. So it comes out of the ground, depending on where you get your sources from, anywhere from 7 to 1 all the way up to 15 to 1. Now, to have something that there's 15 times more coming out of the ground, a lot of people believe the price should be 15 times more, or 15 times less, basically, 1/15th. We've got gold to silver trading at over 100 to 1. Think about the insanity in that. And a lot of people think that, they can just keep manipulating silver forever. We know that silver's been manipulated. We've done videos on it. We've proven it. We've showed you guys court cases. We've pulled up the news articles. We've pulled up the trials, and we've showed you guys. So there's no doubt. I wouldn't think anybody watching this video doubts that silver is manipulated. The problem is, as they manipulate this price lower and lower, more and more people are going to want to get into it. As more and more people buy it, they're buying it at a cheaper price. It would be like me offering you essentially something that you want that costs, let's say it costs $20, and you're able to buy it for $10. And it's not just you that wants it. Everybody likes the item. A lot of people out there use it. A lot of people want it. And you're able to buy it at half price. Well, where's the sanity in that? And some people just are in denial. They think that silver can never go up because they can manipulate it forever. The truth of the matter is you can't manipulate something forever. I mean, if you want to try to say that silver is as cheap as it is at $32.65, then essentially people are going to buy it up because they recognize that silver has to be worth more than that. If they're manipulating it down with huge amounts of paper short positions, more and more people are going to buy it up, and they're going to get more for their money. I want you to think about the recent, I actually just read a quick comment about a minute ago about this silver drop. When we had silver, and it was kind of crazy because on April 31st, I think it was the 31st, we had the silver squeeze. And instantly right after, everybody went out and bought silver. What happened to the price of silver? The price plunged. And a lot of people were out there saying that, that's BS and this and that. And I actually just seen a comment, do I think it was coincidental it happened the way it did? Clearly, if it was going to come down, they didn't want to do it while everybody was buying it. However, look at what it came all the way down to. We got all the way down to essentially, if I can even get it, $28.50 silver. 28.60, 28.50. Some people say 28.25. And we've seen the price come down, flash crash. A lot of people were looking to buy it at that price. Nobody was selling it at that price. Very few people were able to get stuff at super, super low prices. And a lot of that has to do with the premiums. The premiums actually jumped with a lot of bullion dealers. They added premium on there. What was originally a $2 premium, they might have jumped to like $2.50. And it would be hard for them to maybe jump the premium by like $3-4 to try to make up for this drop. But on the flip side, even adding to the premium is still adding to the price, because no one's willing to sell physical silver at $32.66. Now, looking at the silver price, though, only weeks after, and it was crazy because it blew my mind that some people call me a pumper and dumper because we've seen silver price crash, and I got such a kick out of that because it didn't even stay down for very long, and it's already working its way back up, and it's not going to be long before we're back at $34. Now, some people ask me, would you buy right now? I bought some at $34. As in when the spot price was $34. I paid over that, though, for it because I couldn't get it at spot price. I had to pay a premium. And here we are now working our way up again. The question is, are we going to see another beat down? Or once we break through this $35, are we going to see a big jump? Personally, I think once we break through the $35 barrier, I think we're going to be off to the races. We've seen last year gold took off. Now, gold took off early in this year even. By February, we were already seeing gold climbing. If you look at the year-to-date chart, you can see gold was already climbing slowly throughout the year. I mean, each time. Now, we saw this big dip just recently and instantly picked right up off of where we left off. For people out there that are still on the sidelines, I think they're going to miss out. I really do. And that's kind of how that phone call came up. That phone call came up where he all of a sudden looked at it and he wanted to know if he could still get that 1/10 ounce of gold coin for that $225. I said, them days are gone, bro. Them days have been gone for like 6 months. And he's like, oh, I don't really watch it every day, but when I seen it on the news that it had jumped as much as it did, all of a sudden everybody wants to get some. The buy, though, in my personal opinion, and I feel bad saying this because this goes against a lot of even you guys that are subscribed to the channel. The buy is in silver. We're just not seeing it yet. We're not seeing it yet because there's so much uncertainty right now in terms of, is there going to be a major sell-off in the stock market that's going to take gold and silver with it? Well, we've seen the major sell-off recently, and this is what gold did. Gold went basically from 31.30 down to just under 3,000. We lost $150, and we took it all back within a week, and then some. If you're still on the sidelines, you're probably going to miss out. If you're waiting, I talked to some people. I talked to one friend that he says, I've got Bitcoin. I'm waiting for an opportunity to get out and break even. I said, what are you in for? He said, roughly 85,000. I said, the next tweet, you will see 85,000. But then he sees articles that Bitcoin's going to go to the moon, and then he don't want to get out. He wants to get out at a higher number. That's greed. That's greed. And some people might say, I'm greedy by wanting to buy gold. But here's the thing. I mean, is gold really that high? When you have a digital fake gold, digital meaning you can't even hold it, and they want to call Bitcoin as digital gold. When you have digital gold at $83,000 right this minute, and then you've got physical gold, the real thing, at $3,200, which one seems like a better, I'm sorry, I should say $3,300, which one seems like a better buy to you? You know, anything you can have physical is always going to be better. It's tangible, it's physical, you hold it, you own it. I can't even think of anything that would be better to have a digital copy of something than the real thing. Maybe you think about it, the painting of the Mona Lisa. Would you rather have the real thing, or would you rather have a digital reprint of it? No matter what it is, the physical is always going to be better. Yet you've got the price so crazy manipulated. And some people want to say, oh, yeah, but there's only 21 million Bitcoin out there. Who knows how much gold's out there? There's asteroids in space that's just loaded with it. I mean, do you think they're going to be going to space for $3,300? No. I mean, think of the cost that goes into going up to space. Think of the cost that goes into bringing it back. I mean, it's not likely. And here's the thing. How much Bitcoin is there? Yeah, there's 21 million. The truth of the matter is, though, they can just make another coin. Call it Bitcoin 2.0, Bitcoin 2.0. And this one's going to be even better, and you better hurry up and buy in now. In fact, I'm probably, just me saying that, someone might come up with that, Bitcoin 2.0. And all of a sudden, you see it just pop. I wouldn't want to hold something that I essentially can't hold. I wouldn't want to hold a digital gold when I could hold the real thing. Taking a quick look at the stock market, a lot of people think that, what happened recently is over because we had that big day, the biggest day in stock market history. So you guys know, I don't want to get into politics on here. I am a Trump fan. I do like Donald Trump. But the other day, when he took credit for the greatest one-day stock market rally in the history of the stock market, I was like, dude, you freaking broke it. Now you want to take credit for it? Be like me telling you, hey, can I borrow your car? Dude, I wrecked your car. I'm having trouble with it, man. But don't worry. The next day I got it fixed for you. I'm the greatest friend. You owe me. I fixed your car. Well, I broke the car. Essentially, the stock market went down on his watch, and then it popped up on his watch. You don't get credit for doing a good thing when it was the bad thing that you did that essentially you just canceled. And that's kind of what happened with the stock market. We had the tariffs, whether you like them or not. We had the tariffs. People freaked out and panicked, sold their stocks, which I believe the stock market is overpriced anyway. It came down, and then, hey, you know what? We're going to put a 90-day pause on the tariffs. And then essentially it popped back up again. Like I said, I still like Trump, but I'm fair. If someone does something I don't like, I'll say it. I think he is still way better than the previous administration, but there again, I'm not getting into too much politics today. Anybody that has any doubt, I'd say, hey, that's what you had to choose from. You had A or B. Pick your choice. Right now, Dow Jones down 150 points today. Well, yesterday, I'm sorry. At the time you guys watching this video. So, here it is still dropping. NASDAQ down only 8 points. It's not much. When you see something like this, it's marginal. S&P down 9 points. Bitcoin down another couple $100. But gold is really tearing it up, moving even higher. I think more and more people are going to start waking up. I was hoping this was going to turn and pop into the $3,000 while I was filming it. But I have no doubt in my mind that tomorrow morning when you guys watch this video, that you're going to see, and I shouldn't even say tomorrow morning, I should actually say in 3.5 hours, that this is already going to be at $3,300. And you can comment below. Just comment $3,300 or comment what the spot price is at the time of you watching this video. It's kind of cool to see because when you put all the comments in order, you're going to see that the spot price just keeps inching up higher and higher. Now, could we have a devastating sell-off tomorrow in the stock market? It's a possibility. If the Dow Jones crashes, the NASDAQ crashes, the S&P crashes, chances are it will pull gold and silver down with it. But what would make that crash? Right now, I follow a lot of geopolitical things. I'm not seeing a whole lot that's about ready to pop off that's changed from Friday to now. that I haven't seen anything that really jumps out at me that said, oh, wow, that just changed. If a major event happened in the Middle East or in Europe or in Asia, then I might say, okay, that could really, crash the stock market. It could pop gold. Who knows? A lot of the sell-offs, when you see these big crashes, like I showed you guys earlier, a lot of that comes down to essentially people having to sell paper gold, having to sell paper silver. We ain't talking physical when you see stuff like that. Like from here to here, that was all paper selling. The average person that has been stacking silver, they're not selling it. The average company that bought silver for their cars, for their batteries, for their electronics, their cell phones, their laptops, whatever, you think they're going to go and sell it now that they've got the physical silver? No. So what silver is really being sold? It's just paper. And the paper we're seeing more and more paper come on the market. We're seeing less and less physical on the market, and eventually the physical is going to pop. At $32.80, I still think it's a buy, even though it's extremely disappointing because, like I said, my money resets on the 18th, which means the 17th. I can't buy anything until the 17th, and here we are moving in an upward direction again. It looks like basically I'm going to have missed the whole month from the 18th to the 18th because, let's see here where I was at. Basically, March 17th, when you look at this right here, this is where I was buying. I bought this dip a little bit. It climbs up. By here, I'd already spent all my money. And then all of a sudden, I didn't want to buy during the silver squeeze. Generally, you never see anything good happen when you purchase during the silver squeeze. And then I was going to kind of keep watching it after, and then the price just plunged. Did I miss out? Some people might say, yeah, because you bought all that silver over here, you missed out on the big dip. Does it really matter, though, where silver is going? Does anybody really think that silver is not going to be back at $34 levels in no time at all? We're $1.20 away. Silver is climbing. Gold is climbing. It only makes sense that it's going to continue to climb because nothing has changed. Could we see a little bit of a dip? I would love to see the dip. I think the days of the dips are over. There's still people out there that are waiting for $2,600 gold and $20 silver, $25 silver. Soon it's just going to be, people will just realize it's a thing of the past. And then they're going to buy at the higher and higher prices. We ain't even getting into the short positions. All these people that borrowed silver to sell it on the market, to short it, thinking silver is going to be cheaper in a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, they've got to buy that back. Once they buy that back, that's going to push upward pressure on the markets. And some people say, well, that's okay. They'll just sell a lot on a short. They'll just borrow more. At a certain point, people are not going to loan their silver for a short position. They're going to want to hold their physical silver. They're going to want to hold even their paper silver. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people will wake up the hard way and learn this next lesson the hard way about paper silver. If you have paper silver, you essentially, you have a claim to silver, but it's not a guarantee you're getting physical silver. Do some people claim and get physical silver? Yes. Most people, though, that have paper silver, they basically settle in US dollars, or they settle in a currency, a fiat currency. And so, silver goes up $2 and they have 1,000 paper ounces. Well, they just made $2,000. But at the end of the day, if things go crazy and collapse, they don't have any physical silver. So I think it's interesting. I was kind of hoping we were going to see it pop that line before the video came to an end, but I don't want to just drag out the video with, just sitting here trying to talk to just prolong the video just because I want to see it essentially break during the video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think the price, or what the price is at the time of you watching this video. I have no doubt in my mind that you will see $4,000 silver by the time you're actually watching this video. One thing to note, And a lot of people always want to look at the futures price, gold futures price. What is the gold futures price?
The stock price is unavailable.
So right now, the futures price is $33.12. If there's upward momentum on it, you will see the futures price go higher and higher. So, but that's not the technical price. And I want people to understand that. Even though you will see that spot price on a lot of big companies, that they'll be using that price plus whatever the premium is, technically the spot price is spot price. In fact, is there a way to get a write-up for you guys, for people that, what is the difference between the spot price and the futures price of gold? I'm curious the correct answer. The spot price of gold is the current market price for immediate delivery, while the futures price is agreed upon for the price for the futures delivery of gold. Essentially, the spot price is the price that you pay if you buy gold right now, right this minute, and the futures price is the price that you agree to pay for the gold at a later date. I didn't actually know 100% what the actual separation was on that, to be honest, because I don't really look at the futures price, but I always see that they post it. And it's kind of interesting, actually. Next time I see, because you can be upside down on that. You can have the futures price lower than the spot price. I have seen that a couple of times. I don't know how the bullion dealers would use that, if they would switch and start using the actual physical price, or if they would just go with the cheaper one. I'm going to have to pay attention next time I see that, maybe do a video about it. That's why I always use the same price. I always use the actual spot price. I even use the Kitco price, whether I am trading someone something or selling something or buying something. It's always the price that I look at. So with that being said, we're going to wrap up here. I thank everybody for watching. Let me know in the comments what the gold price is at the moment and that you're watching this, and if you would, let me know what you're buying, gold or silver. With a big gold silver ratio, I think a lot of people might be, I guess, over investing in gold when they might be better off buying silver, but that's an opinion. If you're pro gold and less on silver, it's okay. I understand that. I mean, I have a fair amount of gold, a little bit, a coin or two, but I still prefer silver. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. I hope you all have a great day. Keep stacking, my friends. Price is only going higher. Take care, everybody. Have a great one. Bye-bye.